Yeah, big year all round. Really looking forward to it. I think the challenge week in, week out is obviously tough. I think if you look at, I think our first game for us is the 1st of February. If, fingers crossed, everything goes to plan, and we're competing every game we can, and do as well as we can. You look like you're going to be on the go till the 30th of November, so it's 10 months block. Which is fantastic. I want to play as many games as I can and improve and get better, and it could be a great year for everybody. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of games in that time, but sort of fingers crossed it'll be not only my best year, but Leeds and England's best year as well.
I'm really excited to get started now. I think pre-season's pretty much done now. I'm glad of that. No one really likes the pre-season, so. Looking forward to getting out on the field with the lads. I think it's a huge year for not only club-wise for Wigan, but as an international side for England. With the World Cup at the end of the year, it's a massive incentive for players to play well. There's international places up for grabs, and I'm sure that's in the back of everyone's mind.
I think it's important to have it in your thoughts. It's not at the forefront of my mind. I think for me at this moment in time, Hull is, and I think for it to be anything other than Hull would be disrespectful to them to start with, but just be the wrong thing to do. I think we'll come up against a very good Hull team, and if we don't focus on that, we'll get burnt. So I do think it's important to think about the World Cup though, and understand that your form week in, week out is going to be measured and monitored, and how you perform will dictate whether you're involved going forward and hopefully at the back end of the year. So we're all aware of how well we need to play and perform. Hopefully that can start on Friday.
So we've got a great pool of talent at the moment that are English. You look at the people that are available to the England side. If we've got a fully fit squad at the end of the year, we're going to be a real tough team to beat. I think with the talent we've got here with the youth, as well as the players we've got over in Australia as well. In Sam and Jammer, Gaz Woodard, people like that. They're going to be massive bonuses for us as well towards the end of the year. And I think it is a huge year for us internationally, and I'm just keeping fingers crossed for a fully fit squad towards the end of the year.
It doesn't come bigger than the World Cup. I've been fortunate enough to play in 2 of them, albeit unsuccessful campaigns, but I know what it can do, and I think on the back of what happened with the Olympics in 2012, similarly I think a Rugby League World Cup win would be a huge shot in the arm for British rugby and English rugby, and in terms of participation and spreading our game wider and building it further, especially internationally. I think it could be a great period for us.
I think this year's a big year for us. There's pressures from other players. The NRL salary cap going up, and how well that's going, and Union are always looking over to league for talented players. I think this year's a year we've got to have a top Super League. We've got to get right up there. I think we're a sport that's trying to grow all the time, and this year's pretty pivotal for that. I think with the World Cup at the end of the year, we need to have a solid challenge, a solid Challenge Cup. We need to have a solid Super League, and then finish it off with a great World Cup.
I'd play every day if I could. Physically, unfortunately it's not possible. You get bashed around too much, but I'll miss it when I have to hang the boots up. I don't know when that'll be, but you're a term quite a lot as you get a bit older, and you get told you're a long time retired quite a bit, and the games are fantastic, and for us to be looking down the barrel now of what's going to be a fantastic Super League with obviously a World Cup challenge thrown in there, and then you look at what's happening in October and November, and I don't think it gets any better than this, and hopefully we can all make the most of what's to come at the back end of the year.